Hi everyone, welcome to the Diabesties channel. I am Pragya from Mumbai and I have with me today a team of Diabesties, my best friends with type 1 diabetes. This chat or conversation and interaction session that we are sharing with you will give you a small, brief, fun insight into what type 1 diabetics talk about when they meet. So, introducing to my right here, Pooja Bhave. She is the creative head for Diabesties, a Mumbaikar. Pooja, please.
Hi, my name is Pooja Bhave. A little about me, yes. So these are my dogs. I was diagnosed at the age of 18 years old and I've been living with type 1 diabetes ever since.
Hi, this is Anirudh. I've been type 1 diabetic from about 19 years.
Hi, this is Prashant from Chennai. I'm T1 since the last 21 years. Don't ask me age, I'm 18 plus.
Fun thing is that Prashant has started a support group in Chennai. Tell us about that.
I've been wanting to start a support group in Chennai for the last 12 years, but nothing came about. But after coming to JDF camp and meeting the other groups from Diabesties and all over India, we started with a small group of 4 people and now it has grown to around 60 people. The kind of changes and effects it has on the T1 kids, parents on senior JDs is amazing. So we just started like a small group, but the things which have been like falling into place is amazing. We cater to the 2-tier and 3-tier and the villages and rural background. So we call ourselves as Tamil Nadu type 1s.
Each of us come with an interesting story. For example, Pooja was in a coma for a month. Quite interesting. Wow, yay. And Anirudh has never been to a hospital. Is he a type 1? That's the question. Are you a type 1 at all?
I think when hearing stories from the other type 1s, I've heard of a lot of type 1s like saying, I've been hospitalized and I was in coma and all these kind of things. And luckily, for me, it never happened in such a way. Of course, I lost 14 kgs of weight and also at the same time, my blood sugar when it was checked, it was like 370 or something. And immediately I was like given insulin and then, it's definitely I'm a type 1. Don't even put a question that I'm not a type 1.
Maybe he's faking it just to hang around with us. We need to verify his background.
What's suspicious is that his sugars are pretty in range as well. So are you even a type 1 diabetic?
He's a looper as well, just like Jazz City.
A looper who gives a lot of bloopers for the video, so watch out for him.
I like that.
Nice one, yeah. Good one. Okay, Pooja.
Yeah.
I know that you've told me the story. I know it's very interesting. She could write a book, describing that 1 month alone. So tell us about it, and in the same sarcastic way, classic Pooja way that you do.
Now you made me conscious. But
but it's classic Pooja.
Basically, I was diagnosed at the age of 18, like I said. The wrong time to happen, yes, because 18, you're rebellious, you want to do all sorts of wrong things in the world, wrong time to happen, and also the way that it happened was wrong for me because the doctors put 2 insulins on the table in front of me and said, "Ab tu ye le." I'm like, "Kya le?" Even my mother's diabetic and she does not take insulin, so I'm not going to take insulin. And I'm this over smart 18-year-old things. I know everything about everything, and I'm like, no, this is forced kind of self-harm. What is this doctor telling me to do? She's telling me to hurt myself by pricking myself. But what I didn't realize is that by not taking insulin, I was hurting myself. I would lie to my parents saying that I took my insulin shots and I wouldn't take my insulin shots, and diabetes honeymoon exists. Honeymoon phase where the pancreas are still dying, right? So they're still releasing a little insulin at least. So that's what kept me alive. Otherwise, I would have died. 1 day without insulin, if we go, obviously we're going to die. But I survived a year without it.
Okay, that was very interesting, Pooja. Anirudh, okay, about you. How's looping going?
So far it's been pretty good. I just got my A1C after using for probably last
guess
2
it?
months of.
Can we all get a guess of what?
Yes, absolutely. Actually speaking, I've used only 45 days of looping
No,
of the last 90
Okay,
days.
just so we know. Question.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
HbA1c you checked before? Like
Just
when
2
you-
days before.
6.1.
Close enough.
5.8.
He said 5.8. So
6.2 actually. But yeah, I mean, see, this was again 45 days of using loop, and of course 45 days again, which includes of not using loop. So yeah, definitely I could achieve a better one probably next time. And the most important factor, of course, is time in target. I mean, which of course you don't get to see in the A1C, but yeah, I could see that in my CGM stuff and all. So it's quite. I mean, I would say I don't have the exact data now, but like yeah, it's more than 80% all the time, I would say.
My T1 management changed after coming to the camp, and yeah, so it was around 8.6. As I said, the part I'm to be blamed for that. So, but in spite of, I don't want to be in a box and have regular meal timings and regular doses and all that. So, and I travel a lot. So, this thing you see on my left, okay, you can't see it, but it's there.
I see the bump.
The bump. So it's there. So this has been, I would say, life changing or life transforming for me. So that I still keep on doing the things outside the box, but still try to keep it in range as much as possible. It helps me. And then again with learning to know about the insulin timing and other things and being in range, now it's down to 6.5. Nice. So the last one I haven't checked. So I hope it keep on getting better.
I think I'm the odd man out here because whenever I get a hypo, I think it's party time. अब तो मैं खाऊंगी पेट भर के. So like I don't do the right thing. I don't like this much 1 tablespoon sugar or whatever the doctors say. So basically I eat junk food when I'm low. So I like to have my burgers, my fries. They're not always at my disposal, but when I'm out and about and a hypo hits me, I look for McDonald's. And I feast. Like I've earned this. I'm shaking. I'm sweating. I'm disoriented. I deserve a burger.
Okay, now I used to feel happy when I got a hypo in my earlier days, but that's not a good thing. So don't. So yeah, don't get into hypos. Yeah, it damages your brain cells and you get into all that and your hypo rebounds and there are a lot of complications, but once in a while, as it said, once in a while it's okay.
In fact, the ideal thing to do is just treat your hypo first with the glucose, fast acting carbs, and once you're back in range, I would suggest that bolus and then have your party.
Basically, the sugar sachets that you get in cafes, CCDs, baristas, whatever, are 5 grams of sugar, and to treat a hypo, what doctors recommend is eating 15 grams of sugar, and that's 3 sachets. So I always pick up. I'm that auntie who picks up sachets from cafe coffee days, and
Not pick up Steve.
it's offered to me. It's offered to me. Had I not been type 1 diabetic, I would have put it in my
Just
sugar.
one.
But I'm not putting it in my sugar, so I get to put it in my bag. I get to put it in my bag is my logic. So yeah.
saving her life.
I'm saving my life.
Have you guys ever used diabetes as an excuse to, just get out of a situation, bunk class, or like I want to start.
Yeah.
I have. So when I was in school, I was on a mixed art regimen, 30-70, and recess was at around 9:45. So at 9:30, I would get out of my classroom, and all my teachers knew. So I didn't even have to ask after a point. So I would just take my pen injection, get out of the class, go into the science laboratory, and sit there, take my shot. And those 15 minutes, I would just walk around the corridors in the school because I didn't want to. I wanted to save myself those 15 minutes and have fun.
In fact, I'm not very vocal about all the things that diabetes is doing to me, because diabetes is constant. It's constantly hurting me in some way or the other, and I don't want to be that person who cries wolf, just I don't want to be looked at as the person who cries wolf. Like people will be like, रोज तो इसका चालू रहता है, इसमें से पक्का आधा तो ये फेंकती है, पर मैं नहीं फेंक रही, so I don't want to talk about it because I don't want people to think that I use it to my advantage, which I don't.
I did use it as an excuse for a good amount of time in my +1 and +2. Yeah, I was not really liking the concept of like having lunch at +1 and +2 basically. Yeah, basically everyone has to get their food or else they have to buy in the canteen. That was the funda there, and it's kind of like the South Indian traditional way of college, school, where everything will be like. Yeah, so I made a story. I mean, I convinced my dad in such a way that like okay, even though I was on mixed insulin where I was not even taking a insulin shot during the afternoons. So I convinced my dad to come to principal and tell him like he needs to. So yeah, they use.
shots in the middle of
In
the
the middle of video. What
So
does your need?
yeah, I
You
mean
wanna
for
tell us?
most of you guys watching this, I think you cannot take this an excuse because it might be like most people might will be aware of it and they might just say like you could have it here, you could just take your shot here. So yeah,
I can show my reading as well. So.
Oh.
It's 190s.
And
I went a little up being with all the sweetness around, so correcting
Of
myself.
course.
So that was diabetes talks. What do we want to call it? Those were T1 talks. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like
Comment.
and comment on the videos. Share it with everyone you know. See how type 1s, think, how they operate, and what they talk about when they meet. Every time is the same discussion, different way. So it's a lot of variety. Thank you so much for watching, and please remember to be type 1 of a kind. Bye.